Yeah, there we go. My camera came up. I landed in the moment, landing in this moment, landing in our bodies with whatever is there, with some kindness and some gentleness towards our own physical, animal, organic bodies. And the kindness doesn't even have to be an action. It just can be like, oh, I'm just going to be soft around the edges of this. Soft around the curves and the shaping of whatever is going on for you. And let's use a theta breath, a soft hissing sound to start out with. And just in the interests of letting our nervous system start to drop down to a parasympathetic state, rest and digest, soothe and settle. And sometimes I feel like the theta breath is like a little wandering spiral sound inside my body that allows me access to different places that I might not attend to normally. So let your attention follow the theta breath, and we'll just go with that for a few minutes. And the theta breath is just a soft hiss with very light tongue behind your teeth, letting out sound for however long it lasts. And then take resting breaths whenever you need them. And I just want to throw out this idea of calling all your cells and yourselves and your cells into yourself to be in harmony with your higher self, so that we're just calling ourselves back into ourself, in communion with ourself, ourselves and ourselves, all the things coming together. In an attitude of kindness. And receiving yourself in the moment. Accepting all parts of yourself. The pretty ones, the ugly ones, the angry ones, the gentle ones, the laughing ones, all the different parts of you, just letting them all come in. And allowing any micro movement to come online. So any little tiny adjustments happening, and we could imagine that they're happening from the level of the fluids. So it's not like our bones and muscles doing the work. It's the fluid body really coming online, as if we were an octopus suspended in water. But here we are, humans suspended on the planet in the atmosphere with the gravitational pull. So allowing all of that to come in to your awareness, inviting in the micro movement. And allowing that exhale, that hissing sound, to release anything that needs to be released. Any expression that might be caught up in there, any unresolved, I want to say personality or expression or creativity or anything like that. Just let it soften its way out in the hiss. Any sticky points, if that's possible. Imagining that as we're calling ourselves in, as we're calling in ourselves, coming into alignment with our highest good, that we're sort of untangling any kind of stickiness in the patterns of our being. And the untangling might be like the gentleness of untangling a snarl or a skein of wool that has gotten out of control. It might be that, but it also might just be like, oh, it just lets go and dissipates. So whatever is caught in there and whatever untangling or releasing imagery comes up is great. Let it just be what it is. Inviting the light of awareness into the internal spaces through micro movement, through breath, and even through the sound of that hiss, which I'm sure my earbuds are cutting out. But you can hear your own hiss. Letting the pattern of your being reconfigure in any way that feels more supportive, in any way that feels more easy. I'm going to share sound. Allowing yourself to move your body in any way that feels good without question of why is this happening or anything like that. You're just allowing, being in the allowing, being present with yourself, being present with your cells, and inviting all of it in. And all of the things happen sometimes. Sometimes the things we don't want to happen happen. Sometimes we do things that are extra, or we notice other people doing them and then we judge them. So we're just going to be kind to all the extra that's happening in our own system, in the systems around us, allowing ourselves to sort of work with this idea of integration, that every expression and every form in the system is there for a reason, but maybe it's ready to reintegrate. And we're just going to allow that to happen with any kind of ripple, wave movement, awareness, breath. I haven't put the music on, so I'll let you know when I do that. I just shared sound so I wouldn't forget. So you're inviting rippling wave movement into your body, tuning into the fluidity of your system. Allowing movement to bubble up, and also allowing yourself to settle down, calming, slowing, letting go. Your internal fixer can be there, just don't give them too much attention. So I have always got the, oh, but this could be better. Oh, I could have done that better. This could be better. This, I could have fixed that. So let the fixer just soften. They can do their fixing, but you just aren't going to follow that thread too much. So instead of fixing, maybe we're coming more into acceptance and allowing, letting the river run free. Yeah, the judgmental parts and the resistant parts, they can all be there. They're just not at the helm. They're not driving. Ideally, there is no driving. There's just being. Deepening your intimacy with sensation. and with flow. So being in the nothing to do realm doesn't mean that nothing's happening. We're just not pushing or forcing. We're just allowing the spool of thread to unravel. Or maybe gently untangling. Setting free any expectations or plans just for right now. Just let them float away and just come into being with what is arising and arriving right now. I am going to add music. This is Jeff Gersh, Ambient Fields. Allowing your body to respond to the sound. And to receive the sound. And allowing your body to be in any way that feels good, on your back, on your side, seated, laying down, even moving, walking around, just letting the sound and the intention land on you or land in you. Being with. And in this space, allowing your heart, your breath, your thinking, your gut body, your digestion and processing to come into coherence, right? To come into alignment. Into the waves of being. And each of those areas, the heart, the breath, the mind, the gut body, receiving each other area, right? One's not shutting off another one. We're allowing all of them to express and to interrelate and interweave in a delicious way. No one's taking over. allowing any tensions or holding patterns to be composted just by the energetic field of your body in this moment. On the energy level, things can happen at a very different rate than on the physical level. Our bodies tend to be fairly slow to adapt and shift, but if the energy shifts, everything falls into place in a different way. Everything restructures. Receiving your own life support without blocking it as these systems integrate. Or we could also say as these energetic patterns become more coherent and harmonious. Sometimes we spend time thinking about blockages, or I'm so blocked over here, but maybe I'm so open over here. There's a hidden reserve of something wonderful over here that I hadn't noticed because I was thinking about this other thing or noticing this other thing. Maybe there's some hidden life support in your body that you can allow to come online for you. Some internal resilience just waiting to unfold for you. Letting go of any idea of how things should be. Just tuning to what is. It may be that your body is moving a lot, or it may be that you're barely moving. Maybe it feels like stillness. Maybe in your sensation, there are multiple layers of energies happening, multiple layers of waves at multiple speeds, densities. allow your curiosity to move you. And if you feel like you really know where you're going and what you're doing, then go somewhere different. Once you feel like you've delineated the pattern that you're moving into, change it. Unless it's so cozy and comfy that you want to keep going, then by all means do that. But the best way to release the patterning is to keep shifting it into something else. So let yourself move or not move in ways that invite in novelty. Novel movement changes everything. And if you're in a slow exploration, maybe there's some part of it that you haven't looked at or been aware of. Let your awareness really travel within your experience. You can use self-touch either to affirm or to explore. What does it feel like now? And how does it feel from either side of the touch? And maybe the touch is just the skin on the air. Or maybe it's hands on your body anywhere. Affirming that you exist here now, right now, in this body, on the planet, in this moment. allowing yourself to let go of any idea of what you should look like or how you should move. Or even what movement should feel like. If we think we know what it's going to feel like or what it should be, then we let go of the possibilities. We can't be in what's actually happening if we think we know. So let yourself be open to not knowing. Every day is a different day in your body. Every moment is a very, very different moment. And in the body, you can never actually go back to where you were. It's always going to be new. The moment of time has changed. The breath has changed. The perception has changed. Allowing the armoring that kind of hides you from yourself to fall away. As you're in your journey with yourself, invite yourself to go deeper. Suspended in being, suspended in the wave of being, suspended in the moment as it moves, as it shifts, as it adjusts, as it changes. with no need to struggle against it. I need to go back and check the video at some point and see if that fade that I try and do actually works. I don't think it does. Giving yourself a few minutes to process the processing, to come in for a landing with yourself in stillness or movement, whatever feels good to you. Sometimes when we've had a lot of somatic activity, just listening to a sound and tuning into the sound can be really relieving, so that I'm not so much in sensation in my body, but I can just go to sound or sometimes just images. I feel like somatic awareness is really important and really healing, but if you're spending all your time there, it can also wear you out. It's hard to sleep when you're in so much somatic awareness because you feel everything. Better to go off into like dreamland where it's just images, or maybe there's sensations too. So while somatic work is wonderful and super helpful, we don't want to be there all the time. It's a hard place to live all the time. So sometimes, because I was noticing as we came out of that, like there's so much going on. So I just tuned to the sound for a while, and then I can sort of enter with my awareness into the sound. So yeah, there's no one answer to anything, and things shift and change, and what was amazing one day might not be as amazing the next day. Just knowing that all of everything is an ongoing process. So anyone who's survived through the whole Zoom, congratulations. Like, not Zoom, all the Zoom people, yes, but also the TV land humans. Like,